Terry. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating two different cards, and we're going to be using a couple different stencils and some rose gold embossing paste or glitter paste. And the glitter paste that I'm going to be using is from Bellini. It's this rose gold shade and it's absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm going to start off with one of the two cards that I'm making, and I have the stencil from Heidi Swapp. It is one of her older ones. I actually purchased this several years ago, probably good 4 to 5 years ago, from I believe Michael's, directly at the Michael's craft store. So I think you still can get it maybe at Michael's or other craft stores if you really look for it. But I did find it online if you're interested in this stencil, and I did link it below in the description bar area. So I'm first going to take my rose gold glitter paste here, and I'm going to apply this through 3 of these butterflies on the stencil onto a piece of black cardstock from Summit's Stamp. I die cut this off camera so I wouldn't have to do that after the fact, because I didn't want to smush down my pretty butterflies after they were dry. So once I am happy with the coverage of these butterflies, I'm going to carefully remove my stencil, and I am going to discover that a couple of the places I didn't get as much coverage as I wanted, but I will fix one of those places here once it dries. So, but it's absolutely gorgeous in person. So next I'm going to work on the second card, since I have my supplies out with my embossing paste or glitter paste. And I've got this stencil here from the Crafter's Workshop. Now this stencil here I could not find online, so if you have something like it, obviously it would work just fine. But this is the one I have, and I'm going to be applying my glitter paste onto a piece of Tonic. I believe this is the rose gold or rose shade of the mirror cardstock that they offer. And I thought I got this similar idea from Christina Werner. She actually applied some glitter paste onto some foil cardstock, and that turned out absolutely gorgeous. So I thought I would take that same concept and just apply it a little bit differently in my way by using some of this mirror cardstock. And this mirror cardstock is very thick. It's really good weight, so it's perfect for if you wanted to do something like this for yourself, because it holds up to that glitter paste just fine. So I'm going to cover this whole entire panel with this glitter paste, and once I have completed the coverage of the thickness that I want and the coverage that I want, then I'm going to quickly remove my stencil and then clean up my supplies off camera. This glitter paste, the only thing I don't like about it is it is messy, and it takes a long time to clean up everything, including the stencil, because it dries quicker than other paste that I have found. So I'm just going to quickly take off the glitter off of my palette knife there, and then take off my stencil, put that off to the side, and then go quickly wash my stencil off before it starts to dry. So now I'm going to work on a couple of my sentiments since those panels are drying. And I'm taking another piece of the scrap mirror cardstock that I had left over, and I'm using the stamp set More Essential Sentiments from My Favorite Things. I just love the sentiments in the stamp set, and I'm taking 2 of those sentiments, and I'm going to one of them I'm going to stamp down on this. I am stamping onto this mirror cardstock with some Stays-On ink because it's a slick surface, and I want to be sure that my sentiment will be able to dry quickly and it won't smear. So that's why I'm using my Stays-On black ink for this one. Also, I took the same die that I die cut my black panel down, and I created that same edge on the left hand side for this banner that I die cut using the Everyday Sentiment banners from Fawn. So once my panel has dried, I'm going to add some foam adhesive to the back of my little banner strip here. And I'm going to apply it right across this one butterfly, because this is one of the areas where I didn't get as good coverage on the upper left wing there. So I'm kind of concealing that with my banner piece, my banner sentiment, and you will never know that, there's some missing glitter there. So now I'm going to add this panel to a piece of Peach Bellini cardstock from Gina Designs, and I'm just using some liquid glue for that. I believe I'm using the Connect glue, which is also from Gina Designs, to adhere that panel onto. And then now I've got some of these rose gold, metallic rose gold jewels here from Pretty Pink Posh. And I'm going to take my jewel picker and just add several of these little jewels onto this panel. And it really does just make everything pop. I've got a lot of shimmer and shine with the glitter paste, but adding these jewels in that blank upper space on this black cardstock really allows those jewels to really shimmer and shine. I absolutely love how this card turned out. And so all I have to do now is just add this to a A2 sized card base, which is also going to be a black card base. So you will see that glue will dry clear, and you will see that these jewels just really sparkle and shine. So to complete my sentiment part of my second card, I have taken this fabulous die from My Favorite Things and die cut that out with some more black cardstock. And I die cut that out 3 times, and I'm going to stack my sentiment on top of one another. And then now I'm going to take my sentiment from that same sentiment stamp set from MFT and take some of this rose gold embossing powder from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to emboss this sentiment using that rose gold embossing powder. So as you can tell, the theme is all rose gold on black cardstock. That's my theme for today. So I'm taking those die cut sentiments, taking my liquid glue, and just adding a little bit of dots to each one of these, and then just stacking these on top of one another. And this will allow me to create a really substantial, thick die cut, as if I was creating like a embellishment, if you will. It's amazing how just die cutting the 3 different sentiments like this and stacking them on top of one another, how much it gives that much more stability to my sentiment. So I've just cut down that little hello there embossed sentiment there into another strip. And now I'm going to add some more foam adhesive to this, and I'm going to pop that up and get that onto my card panel here. And the thing with adhering things to glitter, any type of, whether it be glitter or glitter paste or anything like that, you want to make sure that whatever adhesive that you decide to use, that it will stick to that glitter really well. So I find that the glues that I'm using and obviously the foam adhesive really allow me to make sure that my sentiments are not going to move, especially if I put these through the mail, because obviously I'm popping these things up off of the card. So I'm really, counting on my adhesive to stick to the areas where I want it to stick. So I'm just adding some more little bits of glue onto this panel here, and just taking my tweezers and putting that into place, and then really pressing that down and making sure that it adheres really well. So now I'm going to add some more liquid glue onto the back of this other panel here, adding it to my black card base and making sure that this is in line, how it's centered up the way I want it, make sure it's all good and straight. And I'm kind of creasing down my cardstock because I didn't get it good and creased before. So I'm just making sure that it is fully dry before I press down really hard, and it is. So I just absolutely love how these cards turned out. I don't think that the camera really does them justice as they do in person. But here's both of the cards that I created for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed these tutorials. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe, and all the supplies are listed and linked below the video in the description bar area. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will catch you on my next video.